Sports, Northern Colorado. It's Poudre School District High School Volleyball. This broadcast is brought to you by Schrader Oil. Fuel your day. By Pedersen Toyota in Fort Collins. Everything cars made easy. And by FirstBank. Visit any of our convenient locations in Northern Colorado. FirstBank, banking for good. And now for the play-by-play, here's Samantha Miller and Cody McCoy.
Welcome to PSD Athletics tonight, live on Stream It Sports. From Rocky Mountain High School, the Legacy Lightning come to visit the Rocky Mountain Lobos Colorado volleyball action. Hello, my name is Randy McCoy along with Samantha Miller. And Sam, we've got us a good old-fashioned conference game with both teams coming in 6-1, both fighting to stay close to Fossil Ridge at this point, aren't we?
Absolutely, and the Lobos have been making their name known, obviously, up here in Northern Colorado, but the Legacy Lightning are no one to shy away from being 6-1 as well. Have a lot of height, especially coming in with Taylor Hyatt. Obviously, she will have to combat that same height from Anna Marie Dotson for the Lobos, the big middle. But it should be a fun matchup. I'm sure, again, like we've said for most of the matchups this season, lots of serve and pass game that's going to decide who the winner is ultimately.
And again, we just watched a match last night as Fossil Ridge had their way with Fairview. And Fossil Ridge we've seen the last two times, just talking about the city. Rocky Mountain's kind of a surprise coming in at 13-1. I would think Fossil Ridge is probably not a surprise, but they seem like they're kind of hitting their stride now, wouldn't you say?
They are, and Riley Zune was out to start off the season for Fossil Ridge, so that might have been part of why they had a little bit slower start. Now that she's back in full swing, obviously that gives them a massive option in the front row. So no surprise that Fossil Ridge is strong at this point.
And what we're seeing here is the senior night festivities. And reason we talk about Fossil Ridge is one of their 3 losses is to this Rocky Mountain Lobo team, which I think was a shock to everybody that they went over to Fossil Ridge and beat them in 3 straight sets.
Absolutely, yes. That is a little bit of a surprise because we don't see the same athleticism from Rocky. While, of course, I say that, and they do have a lot of fine athletes. It's just hard to match the athleticism that you have at Fossil Ridge.
And one standout who you said is already committed to UCLA in volleyball as well, right?
Yes, Anna Marie Dodson is committed to UCLA, and she is only a junior, but that's a pretty normal time for some of those big-time athletes to commit. You also have the libero Annika Larson going to Arizona State University, so some big names, absolutely.
Yes, that's right. So should have like I said, if you look at the conference standings, Fossil Ridge is at top 8-1, and then you've got 3 teams tied at 6-1. These Rocky Mountain Lobos and Fort Collins Lambkins, Legacy Lightning. So I'll let you talk about the teams here.
Yeah, Northern Colorado is definitely bringing a lot of heat. The Lightning are just starting off their streak of playing some of those Northern Colorado teams. So it'll be interesting to see how tonight goes and how that may translate to the rest of their season. We haven't seen a ton of them up here in Northern Colorado, so we'll definitely be learning with you. But hopefully they can bring, especially since they don't quite have the height, I'm hoping for a very scrappy team from them. And being 6-1 in league, I'm sure they have a little bit of that scrappy fighters mentality.
I think they're 12-6 overall, or
they
I believe So they're beatable for sure if you're Rocky Mountain talking about this. But, we were talking off air a little bit, and a lot of times your early season record has a lot to do more with who you've played than necessarily if you're that, you have that kind of record. So Legacy's probably going to be going through the teeth of their lineup of their schedule, as you just said. And so they'll get the test. They'll have the challenge. I'm sure the coaches are up for the challenge, and it's like, hey, we feel good about our team, and let's get it on with these teams.
Absolutely. You don't get to being 6-1 in league without having a little bit of fight and knowing how to score points. Of course, the Lobos, when they suffered that loss to Fort Collins, that was a bit of a surprise when we were here. But every match we've seen them in since, it's almost a completely different team, and most teams will go through that little bit of a lull. You're going to suffer one loss here or there, except for, of course, those exceptions that you barely ever see. So I'm sure the Lobos are fine. They're bouncing back.
That was a heck of a week.
Figuring out, yeah.
That was a heck of a week. Fort Collins came over here and swept the Lobos, and then the Lobos went over to Fossa Ridge and swept the Sabercats. So it was, and then we watched the other night as Fossa Ridge swept Fort Collins. Exactly.
It's just back and forth. And actually, Collins did take that one set off of Fossil.
Oh, that's right.
But after that, it kind of went downhill for the Lambkins, unfortunately. But yeah, it just shows there's so much talent up here in Northern Colorado, and just depending on the night, it could be anyone's game.
So again, Rocky Mountain coming in with a sparkling 13-1 record. And I'm sorry, folks, that's good anywhere. No matter who you play, you win 13 out of 14, you're doing something.
Oh, absolutely.
And so right now they're ahead of both Fossil and Collins in the RPI, and so there's different rankings. It's got people all over the place, but they're right
rising
in the middle
in the
pack.
coaches poll as well, I believe.
Yeah, they're in the middle of the pack of the top 10, and so people are noticing. Of course, it's hard not to notice right now. Fort Collins, the city of Fort Collins volleyball. You've got 3 teams in the top 10.
Without a doubt.
It's hard not. Of course, you came from CSU. CSU's volleyball program's been strong for a few years, So,
yeah, just a couple. 26 straight NCAA appearances.
Yeah, so this is a volleyball town.
Yeah, it's nice to see that the high school level is picking up too. I'm sure if all 3 of these teams go to regionals and state, that'll be the most in Northern Colorado in quite some time.
So anyway, we play the best 3 out of 5 to 25 here in Colorado volleyball. And here's my partner, Samantha Miller, to call the game for you.
It looks like we're going to have Carly Bowles back to serve, starting us off for the Lobos. You also have McEndifer in the back row there next to the libero Larson. Dotson, Hilbert, and Kopp in the front row.
Have to shout out to the Bowles family. I think my wife teaches with her mom, so
how fun. And to start off, a net call against the Lobos. So first point going to the Lightning. I'm sure they're happy with that one. You have Quarles to serve. She's also your setter starting off this match. Tight ball.
And as we saw the other night, and we just say this up front, a lot of these really good teams, really it's more about their focus than their abilities, isn't it?
It is, and if the Lobos looked at the schedule that the Lightning has played, similar to what I've done, it's easy for them to think, well, we're going to run away with this one based on where the matchup is, and they can get a little cocky, and that'll come and bite you in the butt.
Yeah, we've seen more than one team in sports, if you've watched sports for any amount of time, come in overconfident, so we'll see if the Lobos do that.
And that one goes in the net. So Lobos will get that point.
And we saw that not overconfident the other night with the Fossil and Collins game. The only reason we talk about that is such a great match. But Collins came out, won the first one, and then it looks like Fossil Ridge kind of got their mojo together. And
they did, and we talked about that personnel change in that Fossil match. That also could have been
that was
part
great
of it.
insight by you at the start last night's game, too, to be able to tell our viewers about that.
Couple hitting errors here for the Lightning. That's not helping them out. High ball, but Dotson's able to tip it over. Double called against the Lobos. Lightning will take that point. Lobos coming out a little slow here.
They call that an unforced error, don't they?
Doubles can be unforced errors. I don't know. Sometimes they're debatable. If it's a tough ball, I don't like to call it an unforced error. McEndifer off the top of the block. It's a kill. Werning rotating into the front row. Larson will take a seat, and Dotson serving for the Lobos. Quick pass on that one. Still able to take a swing as Tallbear. And that one goes long. Libero Carson serving. McEndifer running that cross play out of the middle. It's in. Berg subs in. She'll be on the right side. Bowles heads to the bench, and Hilbert serving. Quick play there, nice dig from Larson. And another kill from McEndifer.
You know, we're seeing the difference right away of how many hits in the front line Rocky has, as opposed to a lot of Legacy's hits that come from the second row.
They have a little bit off. That ball's going to be called down. So an ace for Hilbert. And that one goes in the net. Lots of errors, so that would be an unforced error, absolutely. On both sides. McEndifer gets blocked. Tallbear and Newham with the block on that one.
Dave and I talk about football players, so you have to realize, folks, these are 14, 15, 16-year-old kids playing out here.
They are. They're young, they got maturing to do mentally and physically, and they're pretty impressive.
They are. Talk about a quarterback for the Lampkins, and he's having a great year, sophomore, and he hasn't turned 16 till the spring. You know,
can't even drive a car, but he can run a football team.
I remember my sons when they were 15.
Berg gets the tool.
I would say 14, 15, 16 girls are a little bit more mature, though.
Than the boys, I would say yes.
Yes.
But, of course, I was one, so I thought I was more mature than everyone.
Pride of Cherry Creek, Samantha Miller.
Oh, yeah. Something like that.
Yeah.
Cop looking for a touch.
Looked like it was hit, but
no such luck.
They did not see that. So I guess we didn't see it.
We don't have the best view, kind of blocked by that up rough. It's Tallbear with the serve on that one. Dig by McEndifer. Berg off the top of the block. Nice dig from Tallbear. Just tipped over on that one. Larson's there. Werning with a swing. What a rally. Tight ball.
Not ready
Pop
for that.
not able to get it over.
And the Lightning doing a better job there of setting and getting some shots from the front row.
Yeah, just being tricky, not hard-driven shots, but lots of nice tips, roll shots, off-speed stiff. And Pop gets blocked. Newham up at the net. And with that, Coach Hilt's going to call a timeout. Not exactly what we were expecting to start off this evening, but we'll go ahead and take a timeout with Coach Hilt and be right back on Stream It Sports.
Who wants more peas?
Go away.
Oh, Daddy hates pop-up ads. Who wants
Go
more?
away.
Hashtag dinner time.
Let's go forward.
Choose selfie. No. Selfie.
Let's go forward.
Delete selfie.
Go away.
Then picture.
Bookmark. Go away.
No, post photo.
Scroll up. Scroll forward.
Hashtag gravy.
Faster. Go faster.
The FirstBank mobile app. Technology has never been so easy.
So we're back here, 10-8. Legacy Lightning coming out and playing really good. You know, they're making their shots. And I think they've got Rocky Mountain a little off guard.
Yeah, the Lightning playing more on their toes, a little more fast-paced. Again, not big swings, but the Lobos are just on their heels right now. Just like that. And that's an ace for Tall Bear. Tall Bear continuing to serve, and that one goes long. Dodson back into the front row. We'll see if the Lobos can capitalize on that. Larson at the service line. Tall Bear out of the back row. Nice dig by McEndifer. Cop down the line. Great up from Higuera. But then she hits it a little long, so the Lobos will take that one. Dotson off the top of the block, and it's a kill. Lobos doing a nice job of tying it up here. We'll see if they can pull ahead. And they do. Ace from Larson. And another one.
A little help from the net there.
Back-to-back aces for Larson, and we will go ahead and take another timeout on the other side of the court from Coach Morgan. Hear a quick word from our sponsors and be right back on Stream It Sports.
This life, it isn't for everyone. It's not for the modest, the cautious, the faint of heart. It's for the dauntless, the determined. This life, it isn't just a craft or another career. It's a calling.
Right now, get 0% APR for 60 months on a new 2017 Toyota Tundra, or get $1,750 cash back.
Toyota, let's go places.
So we're back here, 13-11, Rocky Mountain. The little run here, Sam, and they've taken the lead, couple of aces, and Legacy said, whoa, let's stop this train before it gets going too fast.
We'll see if that timeout helped.
Another ace.
Unfortunately for the Lightning, it didn't. Monica Larson on a little bit of a run here. She's one of the players we've seen be hit and miss as the season's gone on. There'll be sets where she misses every single serve and sets where she'll serve 15 in a row. So good thing for the Lobos. She is on tonight, doing a nice job for her team. Be Kopp with the swing. Nice dig from Carson. Dotson gets the kill. I had to pause there for a second, didn't know if a net call was going to be made, but it was clean, looks like. So Larson will continue. Nice job down the line, but Tallbear with the pass. Tight ball, and a net will be called against Worley. Seven-point run for Larson. Quick little set there. McEndifer gets it up. Berg cross court, nice dig from Tallbear. And a miscommunication on the Lightning side.
You got it, I got it.
Yeah, those campfire balls. We'll just let it drop and we'll all stand around it.
Have to remember that one, campfire.
Almost another ace for Larson, and yet another miscommunication.
What I've seen is the more aggressive serves has caused the Lightning to not be able to hit it, you know, as true. I mean, there've been a lot of miss hits.
It has, and those miscommunications between free balls between two players twice in a row, almost 3 times in a row there. Lift going to be called against the Lobos. Lightning finally out of the woods there, but now needed to make quite the comeback. Newham back to serve. Berg going to tip that one, but it's blocked. Another tight ball, Dotson with the tip. Tallbear out of the back row, diving save from Larson. And a free ball. Tight pass. And that is Worley with the kill. Lots of tight sets. We've seen pretty decent setting from the Lobos so far this year, but this evening, lots of tight balls for most of the outside sets. Hard for them to take big swings on. That one's a little bit better, and Dotson gets the kill.
It's pretty much the first unimpeded kill shot of the night where there was nobody there.
Yeah, Dotson's had a couple pretty close ones, but everyone else is struggling. That's Bulls with the serve. Worley gets blocked.
Nice block.
Hilbert and Dotson up at the net on that one.
Rocky Mountain cruising now.
They're finding their groove. Tight ball, and Dotson puts it away.
It was close to over the net, wasn't it?
It was.
Or
I think that one
things?
cleared. It cleared. Because if it wouldn't have, then Dotson would have been called over by the up ref. So I think it was all good.
All good.
Tricky free ball, but Dotson's able to pick it up. Nice block touch. Cop's not able to run it down, so another kill for Worley.
Want to welcome our Legacy fans and parents who might be watching this on Stream It Sports. Thank you so much for supporting us and watching tonight.
Long serve from Quarles there.
It's a long trip down here on a weeknight to watch a game like this, so.
It is. That's another thing. These athletes are traveling so far. By the time they get done, get back home, and it's 10 o'clock by the time they're doing homework. Dodson's so tall, she doesn't have to jump for that pass. And that ball goes wide. Another point for the Lobos. Wiggins with the serve on that one. Worley gets through the block, but Dodson able to cover herself. And another double called against the Lobos. Worley with the serve, Wiggins with the pass. And Dotson with the kill. Now, set point for the Lobos. Dotson at the service line. Tallberry just having a standing down ball that one over. Werning with the tip, and it is wide. Lightning live to fight another point. Carson serving for the Lightning. McEndifer with the set winning kill. Well, that first set goes to the Lobos 25-16. After a slow start, they kind of put their foot on the gas and were able to close that one out. When we come back, we'll bring you the second set here on Stream It Sports.
This life, it isn't for everyone. It's not for the modest, the cautious, the faint of heart. It's for the dauntless, the determined. This life, it isn't just a craft or another career. It's a calling.
Right now, get 0% APR for 60 months on a new 2017 Toyota Tundra, or get $1,750 cash back.
Toyota, let's go places.
Great news! We broke our all-time sales record, and it's all thanks to my nephew, Skylar.
Bro, it's Sky.
After my brother made me hire Sky, I switched us to FirstBank to make up for him. Now business is better than ever.
No matter the reason, switching to FirstBank can help your business grow.
Wayne, everyone knows by now that Schrader's Country Stores have the best car washes around. They don't need to see you standing in the car wash explaining the undercarriage wash, the rocker panel spray, the protective finish application, and the jet dryer. No, Wayne, all you have to do is see the beautiful shine on my nice clean car. No muss, no fuss, and I'm certainly not all wet.
You won't get soaked at Schrader Country Store car washes, just shiny clean.
So we're back here, and Rocky Mountain was able to, kind of come out. They came out a little clumsy to start the set, but was really able to right the ship and correct it, and really came out strong the second half of that first set, Sam.
They did. The serving run by Annika Larson was such a help in the momentum change and shift, and obviously it was very neck and neck at the beginning, but knowing how athletic and both defensively inclined and offensively the Lobos are, we were not seeing that for the first about 15 points. But after that, and again, that service run of Annika Larson, there was so much momentum, so much fire going for the Lobos that everyone wanted to contribute to that win, and it kind of boosted them in the right direction.
So we were talking about Dotson, and I said, she's got, a really, really good body and physique for volleyball playing. She's about 6'3". She's thin, but she's got some muscle, and she's really been impressive. It's the first time I've seen her, but an impressive athlete to say the least.
Absolutely, and the fact that she knows how to use her athletic build. There are some athletes that will go through their entire career and never reach their full potential being that tall. And it can be tough, especially at the high school level, because she is the best player on her team. And everyone can be the best on their team, but once she gets to the college level, it'll be the true test.
Yeah, you're just
because everyone was the best on their team.
Yeah. With every sport, it's.
And of course, I think she'll do great. I think she'll be very successful. She obviously has another year of college, so plenty of time to mature even more.
Whoa.
And there's Dotson again.
Have mercy.
Get out of the way.
Get out of the way. The train is coming. What a rivalry between her and Zune for same age.
Yeah, and they are on the same club team, so
wow.
Their rivalry turns into teamwork. But Can you imagine those two up there blocking together?
Wow. Be hard to get a ball past them, huh?
It definitely is. Bulls serving here. Great coverage there by Carson. And a standing down ball kill. Don't see those too often.
A lot of good athletes out here on the floor tonight.
It's easy to talk about Dotson, but there's no doubt there are some great athletes out here.
Right.
Service error there. Wiggins serving for the Lobos. Looks like we're going to take a quick break for the down ref to consult the up ref. Not quite sure what it's about.
Maybe they're making dinner plans or getting coffee after the...
What are you doing later?
Yeah.
Could be anything from lineups, rotations, confirming different rules.
I think this is official appreciation week.
Is it?
I believe it is, so you can't say anything.
I'm being nice tonight.
You are.
I think
you are being
they're
nice.
doing a nice job. I really do. I do tell it like it is. I probably shouldn't all the time, but we're doing a good job. Looks like it's something the Lightning have going on. How's the down ref?
Well, for those who
Just
don't
talked to
know,
Coach
there's
Morgan.
a certain way you have to substitute, right? And if it's wrong, you actually could lose a point.
There is, yeah. So if someone off the bench comes in for a starter, they're not allowed to come in at any other position for that entire set. So you can't come in for an outside and then a few points later come in for a middle. Once you're in for a certain player, you have to stay there. The libero has to sit out for a full point before coming back in. It's another fun little rule. And the libero can also only serve for a single player.
So we've got a...
Oh, looks like
official.
Something's going on with the student section.
Yeah, they
gotta be good sports.
Cheered too hard, maybe.
All that tie-dye is distracting.
Yes. So anyway, pretty good student crowd. I think I'd leave them alone.
And we haven't seen too many issues with
I haven't.
the student
I have
section
no idea
anywhere,
what they could
really.
have been doing.
Hilbert sneaks it through the block just barely. Nice defense on both sides there.
My personal opinion, for a 13-1 team, I would hope there'd be more people in attendance tonight, actually.
You would think so.
But, you know, it's a Tuesday night, and I realize that. But
still.
Yeah, I mean, 13-1
we've
is
seen a lot more out
nothing
of
to
the
sneeze
student
at.
section. Nice tip down the line there from Tall Bear.
I mean, top 5 team in some polls. So
should be
that
there.
doesn't happen every year.
Gotta let their students know to come out. McEndifer gets the kill on that swing. Wiggins rotating back into the front row. Dotson back at the service line.
Well, there's some heat on that serve, isn't there?
Just like her swings.
Oh my God. I would not want to be anywhere close to that ball when it's coming at me.
And plus, it's at such a high trajectory when you add in her height and her reach.
Kind of like a baseball pitcher who goes straight overhand.
Just straight down. And there's an ace for Dotson.
And man, that was wicked coming across there, wasn't it? That was not a straight ball from here.
Lots of movement and just dropped.
I know your hubby's a baseball player. And
and yet another ace for Dotson. Yeah, I learned a couple things about baseball.
You get an overhand a pitcher who goes straight overhand, especially if they're 6'5" or something like that. That's a tough That's a tough pitch to hit. We'll keep it here. Talk a little bit about Thursday night. This is a three-game week for you, Sam, and got Poudre and got another city game. Poudre and Fort Collins, and Fort Collins suffered only their second loss of the year last week, but should be another good game. That's typically a good rivalry with Poudre and Fort Collins. We got football this week. Got a big football game Friday night. Windsor and Monarch, which two top 5 4A football teams, and Mr. Haase will be over there with Cody McCoy. So we had 7 broadcasts this week between volleyball and football. So in the prime time of Stream It Sports here.
Gotta love it. Gotta love all the awesome athletes up here in northern Colorado and across the state. Dotson back serving. Another bullet. So a free ball coming back for the Lobos. That one goes in the net.
So do your hands get calloused enough that when that ball comes that hard and you hit it that you don't feel it so much?
Yeah,
like
it's not so much getting
guitar,
calluses on your hands. It's building up your forearm strength, because typically you're passing that with your forearms.
Okay.
And that one goes just long. Yeah, for how many hard-driven balls you dig with your hands, they don't necessarily get callous, but you got to have some strength there for sure. Don't want to break any fingers. Werning gets the kill on that
one. You know, and that's the tough thing, and you get anybody else doing some of that stuff too, along with Dotson, you're really in trouble if you're the opposing team.
And that's what the Lobos do have, is they have plenty of hitters who can take big swings. Obviously not from the same high contact point that Dotson does.
But it works.
But still definitely works. And that one was an ace for Miles Hilbert.
I think Legacy is kind of looking up and going, what?
Who else should we try out here? Nice pass on that one.
Rocky's really posing their will right now.
They are, but that's a nice block in the front row from Quarles along with Newham. Tall Bear at the service line.
Timing just a little off on that, huh?
It absolutely was, and it's nice, though, to see that the Lobos are trying out different things, especially when they have such a lead. They want to try some crossing plays, different hitters in different positions. So don't blame them one bit for that error. That error, on the other hand, is not something you want to see when you're down by 6.
Well, that was a good let go there by the Lobo.
Nice communication, absolutely.
That ball didn't have a bit of spin on it, did it?
No, it did not. And that one goes long. Berg just a little bit under it.
You hear about knuckleball pitchers, and that ball comes across and there's no spin on, you don't know where it's going, and that's exactly what some of these serves are.
That's what the best serves are, the ones that there's no spin and they have movement, just like that one. Ace for Newham. Another dropper. Hop with the swing, and that one goes wide. Tall Bear almost able to dig it.
That was self-defense there.
Just don't hit my face.
Got a 5A boys soccer score. Lampkins 8, Poudre 0. So that's from the Big E. Mr. Eric giving me that score. He's very proud of his Lampkins at any time, and that's not going to make it.
Nice hustle by Larson. Lobo's struggling a little with those balls dropping short in the middle of the court. Not really getting their communication down on who they want to get those. Hop with a swing on that one, a net call against the Lightning. Not one of their best times to get in the net, knowing that that was kind of an out-of-system ball, not a hard-driven swing. Bulls serving for the Lobos. Just painting that line, blocked by Dodson.
That's called sending it back, son, daughter, whatever.
Whoever you are.
I've been in the South too much. Everybody's son in the South.
Can't say that to girls now.
No, you can't.
Get offended.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. We better watch it. Me and you better watch it because we're liable to.
Yep, we gotta. Probably shouldn't be talking here.
16-8 our score here in the second set.
Bulls with a nice little dropper on that last one. She's going to try it again, and it works. Back-to-back aces.
And really, Rocky Mountain's service game has been really outstanding so far. So 17-8 second set. We'll take a timeout. You're watching Stream of Sports.
If this is how your bank sees the world, how do they see you? Be an individual at FirstBank. Banking for good.
You're watching PSD High School Sports live in high definition on Stream It Sports NoCo.
And we're back here at Rocky Mountain High School in beautiful, much warmer today, Fort Collins,
yeah.
Colorado. Thank goodness.
Just teased us a little bit with a little snow yesterday. I don't even remember when it was. Yesterday, I guess.
It was a quick turnaround there, but yeah, it was nice that it was a little bit of snow, not too heavy, not a ton of tree branches down, at least up north here. Sounds like it was a little worse down south.
Yeah,
but
we didn't hardly get anything.
Definitely nicer today. In the 60s almost.
Nice shot.
Great corner shot there.
You know, that cold weather couldn't even kill that vile kale that I've got planted in my backyard. I mean, it just
You're getting forced
goes
to eat
through
that
anything.
kale?
Well, no, my wife eats it, but I have to go cut it off the plant.
What a good husband. I need that.
You couldn't. Wow. That's called mustard, folks.
And what's very impressive about Dodson is she understands that she is one of the best players in the state, but she knows where she's headed to in UCLA, so she's not holding anything back. She's taking massive swings, working hard on every single move.
Well, a lot of times you don't see that because, you know, a lot of times you'll see people play to the skill of who they're playing, and that doesn't work good for anybody, in my opinion.
I'm with you on that one. It's very frustrating, especially as a coach, when you see that. Nice kill from Hilbert on that one. Sharp cross court.
I think they call that playing down to your competition, and it's
sad to see.
Yeah.
No one gets better when that happens. Wiggins back serving. She has a lot of heat behind her little jump serve as well. That one goes in the net.
I think Legacy's getting a little flabbergasted here. You know, they're
just searching for answers and not finding any.
Well, they're just, you know, getting pelleted by these hard shots just time after time.
Double gonna be called against
That
Quarles
happens
on
so
that
quick,
one.
I just don't even see it.
It's definitely something that you have to train your eyes for a little bit.
Ouch.
Free ball for the Lobos. Lightning even got lucky with a tip out of that.
So the fake on that was just as powerful as her not even getting the, or as her getting the ball almost.
It is, and some of the best players know the perfect timing of when to use a tip, when to take those big swings. Nice job by Hilbert. Free ball for the Lightning on this one. Over into Bowles with the dig. McEndifer going hard cross. Looks like that was just wide. That was a nice shot.
Yeah, she really
Even
had her head up when she hit that.
Discussion going on between the line judge and the up ref, making sure he's strong with his call. You don't see that very often.
Call it like you mean it, even if it's wrong.
Exactly. Be confident in what you're doing. That's what we do, right?
Yeah, and I don't think that was wrong. But
I don't either. McEndifer comes back and gets a kill.
That was wrong.
Now it's set point in set 2. If you joined us late, those Lobos did win the first set 25-16. And now winning this one 25-10. So 2 sets to none in favor of the Lobos. We'll go ahead and hear a quick word from our sponsors and be back for the third and potentially final set here on Stream It Sports.
If this is how your bank sees the world, how do they see you? Be an individual at FirstBank. Banking for good.
This life, it isn't for everyone. It's not for the modest, the cautious, the faint of heart. It's for the dauntless, the determined. This life, it isn't just a craft or another career. It's a calling.
Right now, get 0% APR for 60 months on a new 2017 Toyota Tundra, or get $1,750 cash back.
Toyota, let's go places.
Wayne, everyone knows by now that Schrader's Country Stores have the best car washes around. They don't need to see you standing in the car wash explaining the undercarriage wash, the rocker panel spray, the protective finish application, and the jet dryer. No, Wayne, all you have to do is see the beautiful shine on my nice clean car. No muss, no fuss, and I'm certainly not all wet.
You won't get soaked at Schrader Country Store car washes, just shiny clean.
So we're back here now, Rocky Mountain ahead, 2-0 against the Legacy Lightning. I want to thank our sponsors for their support. Pedersen Toyota, Schrader Oil, FirstBank. If you'd like to become a sponsor of high school sports in Northern Colorado, send an email to me, rmccoy@streamitsports.com. That's rmccoy@streamitsports.com. Sitting here with Samantha Miller, the former state champion at Cherry Creek, and Mountain West Player of the Year, and seen a very impressive performance so far by Rocky Mountain.
We have, and as we've already said multiple times, I was nervous watching them come out as slow as they did, but ever since about halfway through that first set, they have really turned it on. They have. They know that even if this isn't the best team they'll play all year, they want to keep getting better. They want to try new things. They want to push themselves to be as good as they can because they're going to need it down the road.
Young lady didn't know which way to put her hands on that. That's like a, it's like a shortstop. It's like a shortstop, whether you should backhand it or.
Hard call. Tight ball. No calls being made. A little sloppy here. Dotson cleans it up.
That's one way to do it, isn't it? If you must.
That will end a rally. Bowles with a nice serve, but Cawthron not able to keep that one in. First court time that Cawthron has seen tonight, so I'm sure she needs a couple points to warm up. No harm in that. But a nice save from her on that one. Double call against Dotson. Excuse me, lift. Could have been a little of both.
A double lift.
A double lift. Hilbert out of the middle. Wiggins heading back to serve for the Lobos. Just tipped over. Larson able to not get it up, it looks like. Almost looked like she did at first.
Hit the floor first, huh?
Apparently. I can't see that well. I'll trust him. And an ace for Worley. Slight miscommunication between Wiggins and Dotson. That one's long. Dotson back to serve. Hilbert with the dig, tight ball. Not able to run it down.
Dotson wanting to play a little soccer there.
Which is legal, you can kick that ball.
Can you?
You sure can. It's just usually not in your best interest, considering most volleyball players aren't the greatest at soccer. Don't really know where that ball is going to go. Hilbert, I know, did play a lot of soccer. Double called against the Lightning, point Lobos. Berg coming back into the front row. Hilbert rotating back to serve. That one goes at the bottom of the net. Net's moving a lot. Somebody needs to check that out, tighten it up. Ball might have been able to be played. That one dropping off the hand of Hilbert. She'll get the ace. Second, that one cleared the net. It just dropped down. Not too much Carson could do to get underneath it. That one going a little bit deeper. Tallbear with the pass and the roll shot over. Gennifer with the swing. Carson's there. Tall Bear taking a bigger swing on that one, but it's dug. Tall Bear again, and Larson's with the dig. Berg on the backside. Berg will be the one to end this rally.
You either need to hit it shorter or longer, huh? But right there into the net, and your team can't get to it.
Lots of movement on that ball. Trying to get it where those defenders aren't. And it's an ace for Miles Hilbert. Going outside to Tall Bear again, and a kill. Tall Bear definitely the go-to hitter for the Lightning. She's doing a nice job, both passing and taking big swings. Bomb serving for the Lightning. And that one goes in the net. Lightning still have a chance here, within 4 early on in the third. McEndifer with the serve. Tight ball and another ace for the Lobos.
That's 4 times in a row where they've hit it, but they haven't really set anybody up. So it's been too short, but then it hasn't gotten over the net either.
It has been just those tight passes to the net, too hard to set. Very difficult balls. That one almost clearing the net, couldn't quite get over. Coach Morgan gonna go ahead and take a timeout. We'll take it with her and be right back on Stream It Sports.
Wayne, everyone knows by now that Schrader's Country Stores have the best car washes around. They don't need to see you standing in the car wash explaining the undercarriage wash, the rocker panel spray, the protective finish application, and the jet dryer. No, Wayne, all you have to do is see the beautiful shine on my nice clean car. No muss, no fuss, and I'm certainly not all wet.
You won't get soaked at Schrader Country Store car washes, just shiny clean.
We're back here just talking about serving and talking about, when the young ladies figure out what's the best serve for them, whether it's flat-footed or you saw a young lady out there jump serve, and I can't imagine except that's a lot harder to master, at a young age, is the jump serve.
It is, and some of these girls don't start playing volleyball at a competitive level until they are freshmen, sophomores in high school. So they don't have the time to develop that jump serve. But then there's some girls that are playing by the time they are 10,
right,
and they can develop the right core strength and arm strength when they're younger, and they start working on that jump serve early on. But definitely by the time these girls are getting to be juniors, seniors, they can develop that footwork they need and become better jump servers. A double called.
It's just like any other sport.
I was a little confused on that.
Yeah, I was too. Repetition is what does it, as long as you practice properly.
It is. I think maybe the arms were apart on the pass, and that's why the double was called. Double called against Larson. Didn't look too bad to me, but again, tough to tell up here. Also could have been a makeup call if he's kind of second guessing.
Little Mary Kay.
Yep. Tall Bear with that jump serve we were just talking about. Just a free ball going back to the Lightning. Tough free ball though. Tipped over, picked up by Cawthron. Another tip over. Hardly any swings happening.
Nice shot.
Great dump there from Quarles. will get those long rallies when they're able to take big swings. Tall Bear with another serve. And that ball's called out of bounds off the block, so the Lobos will get the point. That ref confusing me there for a second.
I was gonna say the official pointed the wrong way, so if you're looking at my scorekeeping there, that's the problem.
And ace for Larson. Just adding to her tallies. I think she's at least 3, if not 4.
Well, service has definitely been impressive by the Lobos today. I mean, that ball's wicked coming across there.
It is. Not necessarily where you want to set, right into Dotson's hands. Lobos now up by 9. Tall Bear out of the back row. McEndifer's there. Dotson with a tip. We don't see that too often from her, but the ball's a little behind her. Touch on the block. Larson can't quite keep it off the ground. So point for the Lightning. Newham with the serve. Berg takes a swing and gets a kill.
That'd be me. I'm going to get my hands from my face. That's
Don't break my nose,
when
please.
I'm less than 6 feet away from where it's initiating, I'm going to get my hands from my face.
Young coming into the front row for the first time this evening. Bowles is in the back serving. Carson sends that one over. Dotson, yet another kill. Bowles continuing at the service line.
Folks, if you haven't seen some of these young athletes, you need to come out here and watch one of these matches live.
They are quite impressive. One of the first miscommunications we've seen from the Lobos on that one. Dotson on the outside, it's dug up but out of bounds. Yet another point for the Lobos.
So you've been in matches like this where you're down 2-0 and then 20-10. What are you telling your girls? Are you working on things still, or what do you?
Yeah. Typically at this point, it's a little bit tougher to find a way out of it. But even when it's getting close to this point, when you're down by 6 almost the entire set, start figuring out ways that you're going to score. What are your strengths? Not jump up and hit the ball hard because the Lobos are going to win at that game. It's finding smart shots. Where are the weaknesses for the Lobos, especially defensively, that you can manipulate?
Used the left hand there, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was a little bit of a high set, but Dotson's able to handle it. Dotson almost gets the dig. Can't quite get around it, so it's another kill for Tall Bear.
And Dotson probably seeing her last
Most likely,
yes.
Heading to the bench for good. That's Carson with the serve. Young with the swing, dug up by Carson. Tall Bear sends that one wide.
Hard to tell much difference with the Lobos' performance, whether Dotson's in or not tonight, though. I mean, they've played well.
They have a very clean game, and like we've said time and again, it's really their serving that has set them apart by such a large margin. 10 points here, getting towards the end of the third. Nice pickup by Carson. Hilbert's there for that one.
That's a good set.
Berg gets blocked. A little bit of a tight set, but Tallbear's there to put up a block along with Newham. That one going long, but still passed. And it'll drop another one of those campfire balls.
Campfire ball. That may or may not be used in a football context.
Whatever works. Warning on the slide.
Again, folks, you know, you have a ball coming at that velocity at you, and you have to make a decision. Are you going to go underhand with it? Are you going to go, you know, I don't know, but which way are you even going to hit the ball
right,
when
if you
it's
want
coming?
to throw some hands up or get out of the way and use your platform. Definitely a split-second decision. And that's what these girls are in practice repping out day in and day out. Berg kind of falling away from that one. Hard ball to really get on top of. Lightning staying alive here. Got to keep going on runs. Free ball. Back over the net. Down the line and long. And a net call against Legacy. It is now set and match point here for the Lobos. Larson serving. And she'll get the ace to finish off the evening. Quite an impressive match here tonight by the Lobos. Not slowing down, not backing down. Once they got going, they were rolling for the entire evening. Lobos won this one in 3, 25-16, 25-10, 25-15.
And that was about as dominant a performance as we've seen this year. Really, I haven't seen all the matches, but that was, I mean, once they got about, you know, not quite midway through the first set, it really wasn't even close at that point. So Rocky Mountain was able to come out and beat them 3-0. Boy, we've had a bunch of 3-0 matches, haven't we?
We have.
This year. Most of them have been pretty close, but this one was, and again, you know, Legacy, sometimes you're just a little outmatched, and Legacy played hard, did their very best, you know, kudos to them, but you're going on the road on Tuesday night playing this Rocky Mountain team, you got your hands full, and that's what they had tonight. So anyway, again, we've got more volleyball Thursday night. Cody and Sam will be here for that. We've got football Thursday, Friday, and Saturday morning. 2 games Friday, and have a Saturday morning contest this week. So keep your browser favorites on streamitsports.com. So live here from Rocky Mountain for Sam Miller, this is Randy McCoy. Again, 3-0, Rocky Mountain over Legacy. We will see you next time.
Poudre School District High School Volleyball, live on Stream It Sports, has been brought to you by Schrader Oil, fuel your day. By Pedersen Toyota in Fort Collins, everything cars made easy. And by FirstBank. Visit any of our convenient locations in northern Colorado. FirstBank, banking for good.